Hey you guys, it's your girl AJ and I'm back for another video. So I just want to first start off by saying thank you so much for watching the Feeling Myself ritual. It was so much fun to film and create, and I'm really excited to continue on to my next series. So this video is going to kind of jumpstart this next series where I'm going to be talking to you about protection magic and defense magic. So if you want to learn more, just keep watching. So, protection magic and defense magic. What is that? What are you talking about when you're talking about protection magic? Well, exactly what it sounds like. Defending yourself against attack, whether that be from another practitioner, another magical person doing work on you directly, or spirits, energies in the space, or your own negative thoughts and things that you're suffering from. I first want to talk about a few different things. So a part of this practice, a part of magic, a part of the occult, a part of mysticism, a part of witchcraft, a part of all the things that I'm going to be sharing on my channel. For me, it's important for me to share with you the things that are going to provide you with luck and abundance, things that are going to increase love in your life, things that are going to help you to create a harmonious balance in your space, fun and innovative things that you can add to your spiritual path that will enhance the beauty of your life. But I would be doing you a disservice, and honestly a disservice to myself, to not share with you all of the aspects of this practice and all the things that are happening out there in the world. Whether you want to believe in these things or not, whether you do these things or not, this is not for me to judge you, and it's really not for anyone to truly judge. But in our world, when you walk outside of your house, there is a reasonable amount of danger that you're going to be faced with no matter what you do, no matter what neighborhood you live in, no matter how much money you have or don't have, your social status, whatever. So we know that in our daily lives that we have to protect ourselves. We even put fail-safes in our phones and protection on our computers so that we don't get viruses and that we're not having our information stolen and taken from us. These protection workings and protection magic have been used since the beginning of time because there are things that are going on out in the world that can create a lot of chaos and misfortune in the lives of the people around them. So I'm going to be teaching you about things like curses, crossings, jinxes, hexes, and I'm also going to teach you ways to protect yourself against them, symptoms so you know what it is that's happening to you, and I'm going to be doing a couple different videos talking about a couple of different things. So this whole video won't be about everything, but I will do separate videos in this series that's going to be touching on that. First, let's just talk about what is a curse, okay? So a curse, plain and simply, and I'm going to be looking down at my notes here because there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, so I just want to make sure I don't miss anything. So if you see me looking down, that's what's happening. Curses are very general. It's a very general term because you can literally curse somebody by speaking negatively about them, gossiping about them, telling their business. It could be as simple as something like that, like wishing ill on someone, or it could be someone's cursing you to your face and saying that they wish misfortune and adversity on your life, or it could be something like somebody standing over a fucking black candle, cursing to the sky and trying to bring hell on top of your home. So there's a lot of levels to this, and I will let you guys know this. You in your life have been cursed multiple times. Whether you know it or not, whether you believe in curses or not, whether you felt like you were cursed or not, you have been cursed. Anytime anyone has ever spoken anything negatively about you, they were cursing you. So if you ever had an enemy, someone who didn't like you, if you ever had a friend, it could even be someone in your own family that has cursed you. Whether or not you believe that that's a curse, that's not for me to decide, and that's not for me to, try to convince you. But the point is, it can be as simple as that. But in that simplicity, it can actually create a lot of damage and a lot of emotional trauma and issues and problems that you necessarily aren't expecting to come from someone talking shit about you or thinking something negative about you or whatever, spreading your business. So that's something to keep in mind when we're talking about curses. It can be simple and it can be more extensive, where somebody is literally telling you something awful like I curse you and your family to never have good luck. Whatever the case may be, or you never find love. Whatever. So keep that in mind. What is a crossing? A cross conditions is kind of like a piling up of misfortunes that goes beyond a reasonable amount of bad luck that you would just experience from your day-to-day life. Cross conditions are more or less a symptom of the work of a curse than an actual thing itself, but cross conditions are very serious and can cause a lot of damage in your life. So let me just be real with you, it ain't something to fucking play with, okay? Now we're gonna talk about what is a jinx. Now, I believe that the term jinx is kind of a racial slur. So jinx is a term that refers to a non-African black person, a person who apparently is black in color or a deep dark color. Kind of a racist term, but I digress. A jinx is kind of like a crossing, except it's more specifically towards a person's luck, either stealing a person's luck or stopping a person's luck, their good luck, basically. It's not as aggressive as a crossing. It doesn't necessarily have to do with somebody's like social, personal, or emotional like health and whatever. It's more geared on making them unlucky in like gambling and different things of that nature. So jinx is not as intense, but still can cause damage and create problems when it comes to like finding a home, getting a job, things that kind of maybe put you in a competition situation. A jinx can affect that. So just want to specify that. And for me, a hex is pretty much the same as a curse. It's just simply wishing adversity and misfortune on a person. I'm sure there's probably a ton of definitions out there, but that's the one I'm giving you, okay? Let's talk about protection. So, protection magic is so essential. Let me just tell you why it's so essential. A lot of motherfuckers be out here doing all types of magic, trying to get money, trying to get love, trying to do this, trying to do that, when they could have avoided doing all that other magical preparation and all those other spells if they would just maintain their protection rituals. Protection rituals save you so much time and headache. And when you have a protection routine in place that protects your money, that protects your belongings, that protects your relationships with your partners or your family or whatever the case may be, then if something does occur, then you know it's a bigger deal than just a regular thing, or you know that this is just something that the universe is trying to bring attention to, and it's not necessarily that someone's doing a crossing on you or you fell on, bad luck. Now let me just say, not everything is a curse or is a crossing or is a jinx or is a hex. Sometimes life is just complicated and shitty. So before you assume that you're crossed up or you have any other type of condition, really just examine what's going on in your life, how these things befell you, and if there was something that you honestly did that put you in the track of having this misfortune, then it's probably not somebody cursing you, or you probably didn't stumble over a grave that you weren't supposed to be walking on or anything like that. It's probably just because you made a bad choice and that the universe is giving you an opportunity to rectify it, to learn from it, and to grow. So keep that in mind. But if you feel as though you have been crossed up, there are a few things that you can do to protect yourself. One of them being reciting Psalms. So for all of my Christians out there, I do use Psalms in some work, but I don't use it enough to really be able to sit here and say that I've had so much great luck with it, or I've, done it for so many years. So I'm not gonna sit here in front with you, okay? I'm gonna be real. But I do know that there are Psalms, and I have used Psalms in doing things like uncrossing, protection, changing and increasing my luck, all types of stuff. There's a lot of work that you can do, and you can say these Psalms as kind of like prayers or incantations or chants while you're doing uncrossing work. And a lot of African American hoodoo, which by the way, hoodoo is very different than voodoo, but we ain't gonna get into that because that's a long motherfucking topic for another day. Okay? Okay. Hoodoo was created here in America after the transatlantic slave trade, when niggas was brought from over there, over here. We all know the story. And because we weren't allowed to openly practice our spiritual beliefs, we had to find creative ways to do things behind the scenes to be able to help with things like love, protection, luck, success, and I'm gonna be real with you, cursing, hexing, and jinxing and crossing up our slave owners and anyone who has killed or wronged someone in our ancestral line or in our immediate family. The reason why people use these types of workings and why they have been created specifically in hoodoo is because in hoodoo we don't believe in karma. We don't believe in the rule of three. This isn't Wicca. This isn't other types of forms of magic, because if we're really talking about karma, then there should be a lot of karma for the things that were done to African American people on this Native American land, which we're not gonna get into that because I would be here all day, and I'm sure you guys don't want to watch a video about that, right? Okay, so there's no karma. So these things were created to be able to practice in the open, out in the open, without being caught by our slave owners. And the reason why Psalms is used in hoodoo is because the Bible was the only book that African Americans were allowed to read, and that's where most people first learned how to speak English, was through the Bible, the Christian Bible, or whatever version of the Bible that it was at that time. The first protection Psalms is going to be Psalms 31. Now this is going to be a Psalms that's great for jinxes, and you will do this with a jinx killer ritual. Also, Psalms 51, 1 through 12 is really great for uncrossing work. So you'll say the Psalms while lighting a candle as you sprinkle your uncrossing herbs, or you do an uncrossing bath. But these are the types of things that you're gonna be reciting. They're also stuff to bring luck. So if you're having issues with your with jinxing, if you feel like you've been jinxed, then you'll do the Psalms 37, and then you can proceed to do a bring me luck or increase my luck ritual, where you will recite Psalms 65. And there are a lot of different psalms that are associated with a lot of hoodoo practices and rituals. So you can go online and do your research and find what works for you. If you are somebody who is interested in delving more into your African rooted traditions, because I'll just tell you right now, if you're a black person watching this, I'm gonna give you some tea, okay? The tea is that Christianity is not our religion. That was given to us by our slave masters, and so when you know more about yourself, you can connect deeper to your own power. So I'm not saying not to use the Bible or not to read the Bible, but it's good to know how to use the Bible and how our ancestors used the Bible to help them get through some of the most trying periods of time in our American history that we're honestly still dealing with today. And so these next couple of things that I'm going to share with you, I'm not going to expound upon them. I'm not going to like tell you the whole recipe or do it today. I'm just merely going to talk about it, and then I'm going to do a series just like I did for the Fill In Myself, where I talk about these things. I show you step by step how to do the rituals, how to go about doing things in your home for protection, and they're going to be more in depth. But I wanted to have this conversation with you first because I feel like it's so important for us to talk about things like protection, to talk about things like curses and hexes and jinxes, because that is also a part of magic and it's a part of spirituality. And whether you're somebody who claims to be a witch or somebody who practices, whether you're a Christian or whether you're anything, these things can still play a role in your life, and you can still be impacted negatively by these things. And you should know how to defend yourself, and you should know how to protect yourself in the long run. All the things I'm going to be teaching you are not going to be super extensive. There will be stuff in there that's a little bit more complex, but they're going to be effective They're going to be something that you can do on a consistent basis, and they're going to be stuff that is easily accessible. You probably already have tons of the ingredients for lying around in your home and you don't even know it. So the first part of the series we'll be talking about uncrossing work, how to do an uncrossing ritual, how to make uncrossing powder, and uncrossing oil. We're also going to talk about return to sender work, how to reverse whatever curse has been sent to you back on the person who sent it. We're going to talk about witches bottles, which are comprised of herbs and oils and different things, and a little piece of you in that bottle to protect you specifically. We're going to talk about protection floor washes, which I do have a video up. You can go look at that video right now if you feel like you need to do something right now and you can't wait for me to upload the rest of these videos. The protection floor wash is really, really great if you feel like there's something going on in your house. It does encompass a lot of different aspects, but you can start by doing that. You can use that same floor wash on your windows as well, but there will be a separate window wash video. We're gonna be talking about protection oils, crystals that you're going to want to use that are really great for protection, such as black tourmaline, black obsidian, snowflake obsidian, tiger's eye. But there's a lot of protective crystals out there that you can utilize. And then we're going to be talking about parts of the body to be very aware of when applying oils, when cleansing, when blessings. And I'm just going to give you one, and probably one of the most important parts of this, of your body to really be protective of, and that's going to be the back of your neck. Doing things like wrapping your head and wrapping your hair is also a form of protection. That's why you see a lot of people in African cultures and a lot of people in a lot of cultures wrapping their head as a form of protection. And we're going to be going over all those things in my next couple of videos, so stay tuned for that. And I'm really excited to share it with you guys because I think it's so important to understand how to take your space into your own hands and provide the protection that you need. I'm going to be sharing with you tips and tricks, ways to be able to find out if something is coming towards you through things like plants and so much more. So stay tuned for those videos. Thank you so much for watching this one, and I will see you in my next video. Be blessed. 'Cause I wanna stay high.